Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good day to all. So in this video, I would like to share how I use Minitab 19 to proceed with the SPC rational subgroup analysis. So in this case, let's say I have two data set coming from two different companies, okay, company A and company B. So they asked me to first investigate whether the reporting lead time on a same transaction made by 20 of their staff is in control or out of control. So that is the first task that I need to do. And secondly, if the result is in control, so they asked me to propose the new target or the new lead time target for the same transaction in the next financial quarter. And they want me to have the target in 3 levels, which is the base, stretch 2, and stretch 1. So in this case, altogether, I have 100 data from both companies. And since all this 100 data is coming from their 20 staff, so I assume that every staff, they took 5 sampling. All right. So that 5 is my subgroup size. So since the subgroup size is less than 9, so I need to go for variable chart for subgroup, and I select X bar R. X bar S, you need to select if you have more than 9 subgroup size. So I would like to go for company A first, although I can select both, but I want to do it one by one. Okay, and then 5 as a subgroup. And for me to determine whether they are in or out of control, so I need to go to this test tab. And as you can see, these are all the 8 Nelson tests that I have explained in my previous video. So the first test is the most critical test, and it's always on by default. It's a must. Okay. If I want to go for all the tests, so I just click this drop-down list and select perform all tests for special courses. Click OK and click OK. Let's see the result. So this is the result for company A. Okay, so there are 2 graphs here, R chart, and the above is this X bar. So I need to evaluate first the R chart. So R chart, R means for range. So what Minitab do? Minitab will calculate the range of each staff. So Minitab will simply identify the maximum value and also the minimum value from these 5 measurements for each staff and calculate the difference, and the difference will be plotted here. So as you can see, all the difference from each staff is within the red line. So we need to say within the staff itself, when they produce a report, everything is in control. Okay. And X bar chart here, this one is basically comparing the mean between the staff. So from 5 measurement data, Minitab will calculate the average and will plot all the average in this graph. And the same thing, we observe none of these average is exceeding the 3 standard deviation line, the LCL and also the UCL. Okay, so it means that between the staff, they also have in control when producing the reporting in terms of the lead time. So there is no problem for company A. Okay, let's examine company B. Stat, control chart, variable chart for subgroup, X bar R. So I need to change this to company B. Okay, click OK. All right, so for company B, okay, we have a problem. Okay, so you can see that there are certain Nelson tests which fail. Okay, so in this case, our chart here showing that staff number 7, okay, failed Nelson test number 1 because the range of the lead time for staff number 7 is exceeding the UCL, and also they are failed in Nelson test number 6 and Nelson test number 2 for the between the staff. So in this case, company B needs to do a gamble walk, for example. Okay, try to identify what are the root causes that resulting this out of control process. Okay, all right. So that is the answer for the task number 1. Okay. So on top of this, if I want to have all these 2 graphs side by side, okay, I need to go for data stacking. Okay, let me show it to you. Data stack column, right? So I want to stack the company A and company B. This is more on the visual comparison. Okay, although it is not appropriate to make comparison for different company if the process is not the same. Okay. All right, so I just use column of current worksheet. So let's say I give a name of lead time here. And store subscript, this is company, for example. Now I get this one. Okay, once I have completed the stacking, then I can put it side by side. Lead time, size remain the same. X bar R, this is where I need to go for stages. Company, display, and click the last box, display control limit and center line for all the stages. Click OK and click OK. So you'll get something like this. So this is another usage of SPC, okay, where you can use it as a visual comparison, okay, between companies or for your own project, before improvement, after improvement, or after improvement versus audit. So this is just an additional info, okay, for you. So the second task that I need to do is I need to focus on company A, and I need to propose a new lead time target. Okay, so in this case, I need to go back to stat, control chart, variable chart for subgroup, X bar R. So I need to change this to company A, all right? Go back to X bar R option, and I need to disable this stage, okay? And display, just uncheck back this one, okay? And this is where I need to key in a specific number for standard deviation. So 1 here meaning to say Minitab will calculate the UCL and also the LCL 1 standard deviation away from the center line. 2 indicating Minitab need to calculate the UCL and LCL 2 standard deviation away from the center line. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look at the result. All right, so this is the result. Let me maximize this. Okay, for a lead time, of course, the faster, the better. So in this case, I can propose to them to have the current average 50.06 as their basis, okay, as their base, and the 47.43 as their stretch 2 target, and 44.8 as their stretch 1 target. So this is how I use this SPC by using Minitab to evaluate the process in control, out of control, visual comparison, and also to set target for in control process to be used in the next financial quarter or financial year. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.